What is going on, FA Nation? John Pembe here with Howard Bender. Welcome into the Fantasy Alarm MLB DFS Game Day Playbook Preview Show. We got a little bit of a different show on tap here today. Howard, we have two slates we're going to cover because the MLB, DraftKings specifically, is giving us a 3-game 1 p.m. slate and then a 3-game night slate. They're short slating us on both ends of it here. So we figured instead of just covering one 3-game slate, we'll cover them both. I will say, as we jump into the early slate, there are some potential weather concerns. So the 3-game slate may even be shorter when we get to covering that. So make sure you check out the weather reports before locking in your lineups. Today in my single entry contest, Howard, 15% played Sonny Gray. That game did not happen because of rain. So, there you gotta can't just set those lineups and leave on the early slates. You gotta be around to figure out the weather. So, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing pretty well. I was eyeballing the weather, as you said. Cincinnati, there sounds like there's going to be rain. There's going to be possible rain in Colorado. I would. So for me personally, I'm not playing the early slate. I'm not going to play it. Not because I don't want to have guys in my lineup or whatever. I'll be able to change them out, in time. But if it becomes a 2-game slate, like what, I don't need to play
Lottery
a 2-game
slate.
I barely need to play a 3-game slate when you have to start 2 pitchers.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you. Obviously, Friday's the bigger slate. You can go ahead and play light. We say this a lot. Play light. Then you think of it as a lottery ticket, and then be ready for the Friday slate and the weekend slates because there's going to be some exciting things happening this weekend. Obviously, we won't have a show, but Paul Skeens making his MLB debut on Saturday against the Cubs. Mark Pitts will have your playbook for that day, and I'm sure Skeens probably going to be on the cover of that playbook if I know Mark as I do here. But that aside, let's take a look here. I guess I should share the correct slate for everybody. There we go. 1 p.m. games, Arizona, Cincinnati again. It's going to be some showers and rain in the area until late in the afternoon. They could easily just delay this game till like 3 or 4 o'clock and play it. So just have that in your mind. Seattle, Minnesota, and then San Francisco, Colorado. Again, also some potential weather concerns there in that game. With it being 3 games here, Howard, it brings about the rare circumstance where we may find ourselves pitching 2 pitchers in the same game. Notably, Logan Gilbert and Pablo Lopez.
Yeah.
The top 2 price guys on the slate, both with the 2 best pitching matchups on the slate. Only so many guys to talk about here.
No, absolutely. I think dead on with that. Listen, there are the top 2 pitchers. I don't have a problem using them, even in a GPP tournament where you're looking for, that win equity for both pitchers. But the strikeouts that you're going to get here between Gilbert and Lopez, that's what we're hunting the most.
Mm-hmm.
If I weren't going to use one of these guys, I will say Gilbert over Lopez probably for me, just because he's been the better pitcher, and Lopez has been getting hit, around a little bit. But you look at what Gilbert's done over his last. Oh, there's the game log right there. His last 5 starts. I mean, he's just looked absolutely fantastic. No fewer than 25 fantasy points provided there. Can we pull up Lopez's?
We certainly can.
Mark there. So here we go. So 3 games of 20 or more fantasy points. I know that Seattle strikes out a ton, but you know what? So does Minnesota. So I'll take Gilbert, and if I'm going to pay down, I'll either look to Hunter Green or I'll look to Keaton Winn.
Okay.
That's about it. Like Hunter Green, you get the strikeout upside. I know Arizona's a tougher lineup supposedly, but again, they've been struggling against right-handed pitching. They've been destroying lefties. So that's why Hunter Green kind of flashes for me a little bit.
Loved seeing back-to-back 7 innings out of Hunter Green because he has shown time and time again to kind of build up his pitch count early because he's always hunting the strikeouts, and sometimes you don't get the innings you need out of him. But getting into the 6th against Baltimore, shutting them down, then getting into 7 against Texas and Philly, maybe we're finally seeing some maturity and experience work with Hunter Green there. So I like both of those calls out. And then he said, we haven't shied away from pitching pitchers in cores against the Rockies. That lineup so bad. Keaton Wynn obviously hasn't been, his last start was not great, but before that, 3 straight starts, New York, Miami, and Pittsburgh have been pretty solid. So I'm definitely happy to run him out at 6K because on a 3-game slate, Howard, if you double spend, you're not really leaving yourself with much money to build around lineups. But if you plug in Gilbert and like a Keaton Wynn, now you got 4,300 to play. So can make that happen. Catcher position. If we're not in on Lopez, maybe you like Cal Raleigh then at $3,700 just for some power.
Yeah, I mean, $3,700. He's a fine, he's a fine play there. I don't mind Blake Sabal. I mean, he's not great, but I don't mind him just getting a little bit of Coors effect in there. There's really not. I mean, I guess the hope would be that Luke Maley plays.
Yeah. He played. I believe, did he play today? Is he playing right now, Maley? Yes, he's playing. No, that was 5-1. Let's see. Let's check out the Arizona Diamondbacks lineup right now. Is he in?
No, not Arizona's. It's Cincinnati.
Oh, Cincinnati. Sorry, they're facing Arizona. Let's see the Cincinnati lineup. Let's see. Is he in that lineup today or the
Please
Reds?
say no. Please say no. Please say no. Please say no. Please say no.
A lot of scrolling here. I got it somewhere.
He's DHing. He's DHing.
Okay.
So he's batting ninth and he's DHing. If he's available, I mean, he's just, every once in a while the dude will hit for some power. I like Slate Ciccone, but I'll take advantage of the home ballpark here and hope that, because I mean, come on, 2,200.
I say 3-game slate. You can take the 0 from Maley there. So
yes,
that works for me. First base. We'll build this lineup as we go. We're going to cover to the late slate as well, people. Don't worry about it. First base. We got Gilbert and I plugged Wynn in as our pitchers, but maybe we can move things around. I still like Lamonte Wade.
That's the first name I was looking at 4,100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Christian Encarnacion Strand just went on the IL. I don't know if they're Mike Ford. They did sign Mike Ford. I don't even know if he's going to play or not, though.
Re-signed into a 1-year minor league deal. Doesn't say anything about him being on the current roster, but it seems like that would probably be the play.
Yeah, especially if they've got to use Candelario over at the hot corner. Then Ford at $3,000 is probably where I would go.
Okay. We'll plug Wade in for now until we get clarity on the Ford situation there.
Yes.
Second base gives us Ketel Marte, Edouard Julien, 2 guys in tougher spots. Jonathan India, 3,800. I don't know how much of a stacking of Cincinnati we're going to do here. Polanco, a revenge game against Lopez at 36. What are you thinking?
The Polanco revenge game narrative. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I mean, I don't mind it. I mean, Ketel Marte, if I know that it's not going to rain, I don't know. I mean, we can fit him into that lineup. Where are we at in our lineup right now?
Yeah, we got 4,500 to play.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Per player. So I don't mind locking in Ketel Marte even against Hunter Green.
Okay. Willie Castro just homered as we're recording right now.
He's your boy, man. He's your boy.
But Logan Gilbert, we're pitching, so probably not. We're also pitching Wynn. We have Chapman at 51. Rojas has been pretty good. He's 37. Could do Candelario. They had Espinal start tonight as well. He had like 4th or 5th, I think, for them. He's okay. 3K.
Yeah, there's not a lot here at the hot corner at all, actually.
Not on a 3-gamer. That is true.
No, where would you go? I mean, I guess, you got to hope that Josh Rojas is going to play.
Yeah, he should. He's been hot. 400 over the last 10.
All right. I mean, I would that would be the way I would lean.
All right. Rojas against Lopez. That works for me. Shortstop, I was just going to plug Ellie.
Okay.
I mean, we have the money. He's got maybe the highest ceiling of anybody on that team there. So that gives us 4,200. 4,200 to play.
4,200 per player.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that the most expensive play outfielder is Jorge Soler, and he's on the IL.
Yeah, I went on the IL today. Unfortunately,
just take him out. You could pay up for Conforto against Quantrill. It's good lefty bat there. You pay up. Can we get Conforto and Carroll?
If we have a $2,500 player,
do we?
Oh
no. I mean, if Haggerty were to play, that would be interesting. All right, well, we can't do it. Well, then I guess would you rather go Conforto and Coors or Corbin Carroll, who I mean, what five RBI and a home run on Tuesday night?
Yeah, I'm seeing what we got out of him, if anything, right now.
Right now, Corbin Carroll is 0 for 2 on the leadoff spot.
Okay. I don't think so for me, because one of the I actually listened to you and Jim said he spoke to the Diamondbacks was a GM or coach, and he asked like, where's the Corbin Carroll struggles? And he's like, he can't hit the high fastball right now. Well, Hunter Green's throwing 103 at his chest. It's probably going to be difficult for him to catch up to those things. So I'm probably out on Corbin here. For me personally, could go just go San Francisco stack.
Yeah, listen, I think he's a very underrated lefty bat. Mm-hmm. He's a very he's not gonna blow the doors off anybody, but he can be just a steady, contributor, and he's really not expensive, is he?
No, he's not that expensive. And then let's see, Luke Raley maybe 3,100. Oh. Haniger's 35. It's kind of it where we're left off money wise.
Okay.
Again, 3-game slate, so limited options here. But if we did, what's Haniger?
Yeah, I'm trying to see like who else would be a possibility.
Haniger's got a 3-game hitting streak. He homered yesterday.
Oh, there you go.
Maybe some Mitch Haniger. Get another.
Okay, Haniger's a possibility. Is no.
I was gonna say, I mean, we're pitching Gilbert and Wynn, so it almost takes out obviously 2 offenses we would then use. So maybe we'll just have to roll with this, and we'll see kind of where the money flows. Right, because we're doing, I don't know, do we flip anybody? Like, would you keeping Ketel Marte? But if we got rid of him, we'd have like $5K. I mean.
To do what? What do you want to do? I'm fine with that. Get rid of Marte. And what do you want to see? See if you can improve on Haniger or Rojas?
We did.
There's nothing at third.
53. I mean, that would get you your Carroll.
That would get Carroll in there. That's not bad.
All right, we'll do this. All right.
I like this one.
All right, we'll stick with this one. Gilbert, Wynn, Male, Wade, Polanco, Rojas, De La Cruz, Conforto, Yastrzemski, and Corbin Carroll. An example lineup for the early 3-game main slate. Howard, let's now take a look at the main slate for the evening. A little bit better. Cleveland versus the White Sox. We got the Cardinals versus the Brewers, and we got the Royals versus the Angels. Sonny Gray pushed from his Wednesday start to that game being postponed. Now gets Milwaukee on the road. They kept his price tag the same, though. He's $10,800 here. As we kind of work ourselves there. Reed Detmers is $8,700 against the Royals. Eric Fed is $8,500 against the Guardians. I've been playing a lot of Ben Lively. He's $7,600. He gets the White Sox. Walker's down to 71 against the Angels. And then Myers is your last pitcher on the slate at 6,400 against the Cardinals.
Yeah. Brewers just got back Christian Yelich.
They did.
So it adds a much more potent lefty bat. Now, listen, I think what Sonny Gray is doing is beautiful, otherworldly, in fact. But at some point, the wheels are going to fall off the wagon. And when you're on a short slate, people aren't going to be afraid to pay up. So I think that people are going to look and they're going to see, Milwaukee, and I think that they'll just kind of lock in Sonny Gray based on what he's doing. I would probably, if it's me, Johnny, I'm looking at probably Detmers and Blake Lively, or not Blake Lively, Ben Lively.
Yeah, Blake Lively's pitching.
I'd rather have Blake Lively in my lineup than Ben Lively, but I'll settle for Ben.
I'd probably rather look at Blake Lively over Ben Lively as well if I had to choose. Yeah, that's fine. I'm still pulling up some numbers here. Royals against lefties, 283 WOBA this year for lefties against Royals against lefties. That's tied for 25th, so not very good. 118 ISO, only a 19% strikeout rate. So they're not striking out, but they're not really getting on base against lefties there. Talking about Detmers, a rough couple of outings, Cleveland, Minnesota, Baltimore. But Waka hasn't been pitching all that well either. I think you'll see, I think you'll probably see Lively in a lot of lineups, and then you're kind of figuring out what to do. You're right. It probably will end up being Sonny Gray, and Lively is the most common stack there. So, Fed the last time out there against the Cardinals didn't pitch that well, but he's been okay. The 3 starts prior to that, maybe you pick both guys in that game. But yeah, I'm kind of with you there.
Okay.
Again, Lively, I've liked a lot. I've been doing plugging him into some pick 'em plays. Getting his outs, getting his fantasy points, strikeouts around have been pretty solid. So I'm pretty happy plugging him in. If we did Gray and Lively to give us around 4K a player, taking him out for Detmers gives us 42. So can definitely take a look there. Catcher position. William Contreras, $5,600, very expensive.
Very.
Herrera, I guess, 32, yeah.
32, yeah. Wilson Contreras on the IL, out for like 6 to 8 weeks. So it's Herrera season right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. We'll plug Herrera in the lineup there against Myers. $4,300 remaining. We go over to first base. Naylor's up to 55. That's pretty gross.
Oof.
That
is pretty gross. But look at the rest of this though. The rest of this is crap a munch also. Look at it. Gold. I'm not going to use Perez against Detmers.
No.
Right. Goldie. Nah. I
almost rather just punt with Burleson at that point. Play 3K Burleson.
Oh, the 3K Alec Burleson. Yeah, they sent down Black. Is there anybody else in here? No. Oh, Kyle Manzardo.
Yeah, where's he at?
2,100.
I mean, if they're going to play him, right? It's a lefty-righty matchup at least. So
it's a lefty-righty matchup. Listen, they brought him up. They have to. I mean, I don't know what he did throughout the weekend here, but he sat Wednesday. All right, so he's 0 for 7 with 5 strikeouts. But if you're talking about, look at the 2,100. What is that going to get us the rest of our way in the lineup here?
Well, we have 4,700 to play. So we're at second
great.
base. Nolan Gorman's 36. Jimenez is 52. Not going to do Terang against Gray. You're not going to do Massey lefty on lefty against Detmers there. So
no.
I
don't mind the Nolan Gorman play. Good lefty righty matchup. I think that'll definitely work.
That's a power. Third base, just plug in Ramirez, I guess. Plenty of money.
We might as well. We got the money for it.
Plenty of money. We're using Detmers, so it kind of knocks out the Bobby Witt play.
Which is okay. That's okay because we're gonna want to spend up in the outfield anyway.
Sure. Mason Wynn or Zach Nato if you had to pick one.
I'd go Zach Nato actually.
Okay. 2 hits today. I had the over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs for Nato today. I had the 2 hits early on, so that cashed.
Booyah!
All right, we got 5,300 a player for the outfield, so you're not wrong. We can have our pick of outfielders here.
We can. Unfortunately, they all suck and they're hurt. Look at that. Taylor Ward, just plug him in at 5,400. You might as well.
Just run it down the list. Ward, Yelich. And
we're not using Sonny Gray. You might as well get a little Christian Yelich in there. I wonder what the BVP is. Shout out to James Grande, who loves BVP. Loves it.
Do we just try to play William Contreras then at that point instead of plugging it down? There's clearly enough value here.
You want to just go right at Sonny Gray. You want full fade of Sonny Gray, huh?
Well, you suggested a full fade of Sonny Gray. I would play Sonny Gray on the flip side.
So with all this money that we've got, let's play Sonny Gray, dude. Get Yelich out of there.
All right. Well, we play Sonny Gray and we go back down to Herrera here. That gives us 4,100 outfielder.
Gorgeous.
Let's go back to Brennan Donovan. Just keep playing Cardinals.
No.
Get
your boy Joe Adell in there.
Homer today, by the way.
I know he did. That's why I called him your boy.
Okay.
And that gives us 4,800 for our last guy. I mean,
which is again, we're playing lively, so it's Perkins at 43, or it's is Newbar up. Newbar could be Newbar.
holy crap, dude!
It's 3 games, man. It ain't pretty.
Let's. I mean, should we pay up at short? Maybe. Is there like we're not using Detmer, so let's get Bobby Witt back in there.
That's fair. Okay, so let's do that. We get rid of Ward then.
Yeah.
And then that gives us 35 a play, which is still kind of the same deal here.
Yeah, but I mean, all right, so it gets us Adele.
Freeman, 3,200. He's been pretty good.
Tyler Freeman, yeah, sure.
It stretches. And 37, still nothing. This is gross.
Yeah, I don't want to use Melendez, but we could probably get away with
can do Nelson Velasquez against Detmers. He hits.
Oh yeah, we're not using Detmers anymore, so yeah. Get the righty bat in there against the lefty.
Yep. All right. Well, I guess that's an example lineup. We can go there.
Yeah.
Let's pray that Manzardo plays. Otherwise, we're
well, if Manzardo doesn't play, we can go cheaper in the outfield and just pay up at first base. Is there a first baseman that we like? Up at the top? We could go Naylor if you wanted to.
Well, we don't. We'd have to get rid of.
You'd have to get rid of him. Oh yeah. I'd rather. Yeah. Okay.
Unless we like went down again from Gray and played like Waka.
No.
Okay. All right. Example lineup. This is, as you can see, this is why we're saying play light, folks.
Play very
light.
Very light.
Get ready for Friday's slate. Taj Gibson making his not Taj Gibson. That's a basketball player.
Taj Bradley
making his season debut against the Yankees. Don't play Taj Bradley, but just letting you know that he's making his season debut. Good job on Tampa Bay, by the way. Hey Taj, welcome back. Here's the Yankees. Juan Soto homer. So anyways, example lineups for both the early and morning late slate. No live show. We'll be back on Friday. Make sure you sign up with the Fantasy Alarm All Pro subscription so you can get in our Discord and ask us questions and set your lineups here. Check out the playbook when it goes live as well. Howard, any final thoughts here for the people?
No, I'm right there with you with the play light. I'm going to be I got a best bets article that'll be out in the morning as well with the 2 early games with the rain, and it's just not a tasty slate. I'll have some bets for you guys, but again, I would say play light.
Play light. All right, everybody. Good luck with your lineup builds. Again, get us in the Discord. Follow us on Twitter. We'll see you on Friday.